Seabass here with Jim Pankovits, field manager for your Jackson Generals and coach. Well, first of all, welcome to Jackson.
Well, thank you very much. We're excited to be here.
Now, you played in major leagues for right around 5 years. Who'd you play with?
The Houston Astros and a short stint with the Red Sox in the 80s.
Talk about some of the traits that you're going to be bringing to the Generals. It's a brand new name. We're still trying not to call them the Diamond Jacks, but talk about some of the different things that you can bring to the staff.
Well, you know, I've been in baseball a long time.
Yes.
I signed professionally as a player in 1976, and I've been in ever since. This is, I think, my 16th year coaching and 12th managing. I haven't managed at this level in a couple of years, but you know, I think I've experienced just about everything you can experience in pro ball. It took me 8 years to get to the big leagues as a player, and I've managed at just about every level. And so I think probably what I bring to the table most that would benefit these players is that I've been in their shoes and I know what they're going through. So hopefully we can get off to a good start, and I can you know, help them get in situations where they can be the most successful and have a good year themselves.
Who are some of the managers that you played under?
Well, the one that comes most to mind that's probably the most famous is Doug Rader. I played for him in AAA with the Padres in Hawaii in 1982, and I tell you what, he is quite a character. Really lived up to his reputation when I played for him there, but was certainly a player's manager. He really knew how to motivate you, how to get you to get the best out of your ability, and I really enjoyed that summer.
Did you find that helped you mold the type of manager that you wanted to be, taking little pieces along the way, every level? As you said, you've coached at pretty much every level of baseball. Do you find that's helped to define the type of manager you are today?
No doubt about it. I think you know, how you deal with people is one of the most important, if not the most important thing to managing in any profession. And you know, he certainly had a unique way of dealing with people, and everyone does. And I think that there's positives and negatives that you can I guess accumulate and keep in mind when you're dealing with these players, as well as the coaches on your staff and the front offices that you have to deal with. So it's all about people as far as I'm concerned.
Let me ask you this, because once you get to minor league and professional baseball, it's a lot different from when you were growing up and playing high school and minor league ball. You have a roster full of players, but they're also at the same time, even though they're all at AA right now, maybe looked upon by, let's say, the front office as higher prospects and whatnot. Does that change the way you manage a player, or you have the same philosophy across the board of dealing with a player no matter what type of prospect they're looked at?
No, I think you do have to change your philosophies a little bit based on the level of play and their experience. The players that we have here in Jackson have been in professional baseball several years now. You know, they know all the ins and outs of the grind that is a minor league season, the travel, the being away from home, you know, the time at the ballpark, finding a place to live, you know, all of those nuances that complicate the profession. But you know, they also, as far as their skills are concerned, are about at the point where they just need some refining. They're very close to the big leagues at this level. I think a lot of people don't realize how close they are.
What's changed, if in any way at all? I grew up in a time when you were playing, so I certainly remember you as a player, but I also remember some of the great managers of that time. You think about the Earl Weavers, you know, and I know that he may not be considered great, but Bill Verdon, you know, guys like that. Just so many different managers seem to be a little bit different, and we lost a couple of the great ones this year to retirement. How has the job of a manager changed, or maybe the personality of managers changed from the days in which you were a player in professional baseball? Well,
certainly there's a lot more media scrutiny. There's a lot more of the social networking that you know, is in a player's and a coach's life, and I think in the advent of the internet, all of our games are available to be seen in some way, shape, or form, or heard around the world. And with that being said, we're not isolated here in Jackson by any means. Unlike some of the teams that I played on growing up and coming through professional baseball, but it's really a great opportunity, I think, for these kids to be in an environment that has the media involvement that it does, and I think it will certainly bode well for them after they finish playing and have to work possibly outside of this profession in how they deal with the media, as well as the fans, the front offices, and the opposition, the umpires. All of that comes into play in, I think, a development process that will mold them into, a candidate to work at any number of professions.
Let me ask you one last question, and that's just, I've always wanted to know why, and maybe, well, you'd be the perfect person to tell me why. I'm a huge Padre fan, as we talked about before the interview. Bud Black, excellent manager, former pitcher in Major League Baseball. That's something you don't see. You just don't see pitchers translate into managers in Major League Baseball. Tell me why.
I think it comes down to awareness, really. To be a very successful manager, you have to be aware of everything that goes on at every position, at every place on the field, in the clubhouse. And I think pitchers, because they are a proactive position, they don't react unless the ball's hit at them, and they have to react that way. But they have the opportunity just to focus on what they do. And when you're a position player, on the flip side of that, and in particular an infielder like I was, you have to be aware of everything else around you a lot more, I think, than a pitcher would have to. So I think the awareness of what's going on and what's expected and all the responsibilities of the different positions, I think, is probably a little more dramatic for a position player than a pitcher.
Coach Jim Pankovits of the Jackson Generals. Thanks, Coach.
All right.